Ladies and gentlemen, JP Alexander for the Rabid Dogs Unleashed, and today I'm going to be talking about Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York State, and the recent allegations that have come forward uh, from three women who say he has, I don't know, sexually, not assaulted, sexually upset them. I don't know what it would. Uh, I don't know what it would be called, sexual harassment, but sexual harassment, I guess it would be called, that he has done in the past, I guess. So, anyway, I'm no fan of Cuomo, as many of you probably already know. Whoever's watching this, I'm no fan of many of the Democrats anyway, and I'm definitely not a fan of his. Um, he's done really a lot of bad things as of lately. He's been accused of many things, from the nursing home scandal to now this. It's kind of surprising to me that as soon as the nursing, home scandal has come up, this came up. It seems to me, I think there's something going on. I just don't think these women are coming forward now with these allegations out of the blue. I think it's because this is somebody's behind this to get him, I guess, out of office. I don't know, but it seems really weird to me that all these things happen at once. It seems uh, this nursing home scandal came up, and then all of a sudden they're just like, let's sink him. He's a distressed boat in the water. Let's sink him, and that's what it seems to me. And you know, it's that's just what I think. It just seems kind of odd where months ago, not even a year ago, he was being hailed and they were saying he should run for the president. Forget about Biden. We want Cuomo. He should at least be his running mate, his presidential running mate before Kamala Harris was picked. So what happened? How did he go from being a year ago being hailed as the the next coming of Jesus Christ to where he is now? It just seems to be, I don't know. It seems kind of odd to me how that happened so quickly. So anyway, these three women are accusing him of sexual harassment, and I like to be fair to everybody. I mean, I know I've stood up for Marilyn Manson a little bit, and not so much for Woody Allen. And I'm not playing, when it comes to this, I'm not playing Democrat, Republican thing. I do think that since the Democrats went after Brett Kavanaugh for a woman who makes allegations from 1982 when he was 17 and she was 15, uh, that was really like, I mean, it really dug deep into that. I couldn't believe what was being asked, on national television during the day when they were going hours and hours of interviewing him about, the position of Supreme Court justice, and all the questions they were asking him for just hours and hours and days. And to me, it was just all over some accusation that a woman made from 1982 that he said, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And the people supposedly there said, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But anyway, we really went into that, full bore. So my only beef is if we're going to go into that full bore and people are not believing him and people are saying we got to do an investigation, this seems, this actually seems more legitimate to me. These are women who worked under him, who were also uh, Democrats. This is not a hit piece. Brett Kavanaugh was a Republican, and this woman who was accusing him was a Democrat, and who could have just been, that to me reeked of somebody coming out of the woodwork, and people saying to her, "Hey, you went to the same school as Brett Kavanaugh. We need you to make up these allegations that aren't true. Just make something up." Okay, that's what it seems to me. Do I know what the hell I'm talking about? No, I'm just guessing. But Brett Kavanaugh was like, I don't know who the hell you are. I don't. And the people supposed to be at the party said, I wasn't at that party with her. How'd you get to the party? I don't know. How'd you get home? I don't know. Okay. So anyway, these seem a little more credible. These are women who worked with him recently, who were his aides and who worked under him. And, I don't think Christine Blasey Ford ever worked under Brett Kavanaugh. Uh, so it wasn't a guy with power trying to, they were both kids in high school at a party, supposedly. Anyway, here this woman said he kissed her. Now, let me just play devil's advocate here for a few minutes. How many times is there a connection in the world? How many times do people hook up? A lot, every day. Things happen every day that people hook up and they become, either they have a relationship, sexual, physical relationship, or they just have a mental relationship, or they just start going out, or whatever. That happens every day. People hook up every day. And right now, unfortunately, the man is the aggressor. He pursues the woman, and she either accepts the pursuit or not. I would love it. I would love it more. I mean, women are doing it more these days than they ever did. Okay. I would love women to do it even more. I would love it to be even. I'd love it to be you're on a date with a woman, the first date, and, you come back from the bathroom and she just, or she comes back from the bathroom and she just sees behind you and she grabs you and she gives you a kiss. I would love that. That would be great. I mean, I would say great. I mean, because I don't know when to make the move. And just for me personally, most women I have made the move on. I would say most women I made a move on have accepted it because I always like to make sure I hate being rejected. Especially since if I go for it. I'd rather not go for it. I'd rather not even make a move and not have to deal with the rejection. If it's between, would you rather, you got to go for it. So no, I'd rather not go for it than have the rejection. Okay, but if I do go for it, I wanted to make sure it'll happen. So, I probably, most of the moves I've made on a woman has resulted in, her accepting the pass. However, whatever that leads to, it leads to just making out, or kissing a few times, and setting another date that we'd never go on, whatever it is, to actually dating and having a relationship. It's been the whole spectrum, but I normally wait really to a point that I know it's gonna bear fruit. I don't usually make a move on a woman unless I'm sure. There have been times I've definitely been out drinking in a bar with a woman and had some beers, and then I made a move on her, and she's like, oh, and she turns her head, and I kiss her cheek, and I'm like, oh, I guess I figured that one wrong, and I'm like, okay, sorry, or whatever. So no foul in those ones. I mean, I'm sure the woman could say he tried to give me a kiss. Yeah, okay, I did. But if you would have accepted it, then we could be on a talk show. It's like this. Let's go back to Andrew Cuomo. He makes this move on a girl, and she accepts it. Next thing you know, they're a power couple because he's a single man. I don't know if she was a single woman, but I assume maybe she was. He's a single man. He didn't have a girlfriend at the time. I don't think he has a girlfriend now. He isn't married. He makes a pass at her. She accepts it. Next thing you know, they're on the talk show. He's on a talk show. She has a column. She's writing. They're a couple in New York. They're sitting at a cocktail party and say, "Well, how'd you meet?" He goes, "Well, I was in my office and I kissed her." Woo, and people are like, "Woo, that's so romantic," So, how many times has that happened? The only difference here is that she rejected him. That's the only difference I see. The only difference between this love connection and him being inappropriate with her was the fact that she wasn't interested in him. And, maybe if he didn't look like he was one DNA strand away from Cro-Magnon man, uh, then maybe she would have. Maybe if he looked more like his his brother, who definitely got the looks, Fredo, Cuomo. Fredo Cuomo definitely has the looks, not the brains. That's for goddamn sure. And Fredo Cuomo looks like he's glad he's got the looks over the brains, and Andrew looks like he's glad he's got the brains over the looks. Okay, fine. So, but then again, if Andrew did look like his better looking brother, maybe the women would have accepted it. I don't know. And people might say, "Oh, it's sexist to say all women care about his looks." Some women, they do care about looks, of course. Who doesn't care? I mean, that's what men care. I mean, you know, love connection or not, Someone said to me, "What's the difference between sexual harassment and a love connection?" I said, "What?" He said, "Brad Pitt and Buddy Hackett." I'm not really agreeing with that 100%, but if Brad Pitt makes a pass at you, even if you're not interested, you would say, "Oh, thanks, I'm honored." And if Buddy Hackett makes a pass on you, you're totally disgusted. Even imagining him making a pass at a goal makes me grossed out, So I'm sure it makes them grossed out. But we the men still have to make the move. I fucking hate that. Women, if you want this to stop, you start making the move. You start making the moves, and men will say, "I'm sorry, I'm not interested," And then maybe we could say, "Hey, she made an unwanted move. I didn't want that to happen." This is about him giving her a kiss. Now, the second lady says he asked her to play strip poker. What fucking year is it, I mean, have I asked someone to play strip poker? I once had a relationship with this girl in Ohio, and I went to visit her, and she said, "Hey, let's play strip poker." I remember playing strip poker with her. I don't even think it led to strip poker. I think we just had sex, and I don't even think we started to play. Maybe she took the cards out, and then I just was thinking, fuck this card game. Let's just get this sex. I know where that's going anyway. Let's just not waste the time, And another time I was at someone's house and was sitting around a table with girls and we're drinking, and we just said, let's just start to play poker. And I think we're playing poker, and the girls came, and we decided, let's make a strip poker because the girls are here. And then the girls were sitting on our laps. Some stupid. It was like there was an even amount of girls and guys, and someone said, "Hey, that we can't play with this many people. Let's play teams. You get on his lap. And the girls got on, and the girl sat on my lap. I didn't even know who she was. I just knew she was fucking hot. And she sat on my lap, and I didn't mind getting naked at that point. And next thing you know, I'm sitting there in my underwear, and she's wearing the bra and the panties combination there, and I'm just like, hope we fucking lose the next hand. That's really that was way back when. So so I'm getting off the subject here. So yes, Andrew Cuomo asked her to play strip poker, which is fucking stupid. It just sounds weird, I know. And then I guess she also said he's asked her if she had ever slept with an older man. She should have said, "Are you implying someone like you?" I mean, that sounds pretty creepy too. But Andrew, it sounds like he's just trying to hook up, and I don't, Again, some of these stupid lines have worked before on some people. Some relationships have started this way. Okay. I could see him going on Oprah or see Ellen. Him and his girlfriend walking up doing a dance with Ellen, like those on one of those stupid late night shows with those crazy ass clowns. What is it? Seth Meyers and Kimmel and Fallon all there, and they say, "Hey, how'd you two meet?" Well, he asked me to play strip poker, and she goes, "Woo, woo." It sounds like I'm being really rude even saying this, because some of these women, these women are saying how bad it was that and I'm sure I'd be uncomfortable as hell, Have you ever slept with, an older man? That's a fucking fucked up question to be asking somebody who looks under you. I mean, I know I don't shit where eat. Once when I was working my first job for the government, I was in the embassy in Paris, and I met, met, met a woman there who I liked, and we started dating, and she worked for the FBI, and I worked for State Department. We worked in completely different, parts of the embassy, different offices. We worked for different bureaus, not even the same field, so we didn't even really even interact with each other that much during work. And I know I dated her for like maybe a few weeks, and then we broke up or something. I don't know. I think I broke up. I don't know. And I remember she was just didn't like me for the rest of the day. She would just see me in the hallway and put her head down and just ignore me. And she didn't like me after that. But you know, we didn't really work together, so it really didn't matter. But even at that point, I felt like maybe I shouldn't have even done it. I mean, I shouldn't have dated her at all. But I definitely wouldn't date somebody who was under me, like I was their boss. I mean, that's fucking just wrong. I mean, even me, who lived and worked in Paris and didn't speak much of the language. Who didn't really know anybody when I got there. Of course, you're gonna make friends with people who you work with more than people, let's say, out on the street. But even then, I knew I can't really, you know uh, start relationships with people I work with. That's not good, and especially not anybody who works in your office and nobody who you're the supervisor of. That I mean, that's just fucking wrong. I mean, so I think he's wrong in that aspect. Now, there's a third woman who's come forward and said that, and there's a film of it. There's pictures of him with her face in his hands. Like, I guess he met her and he put his hand on her back, and then he put his hand on her face and said, "Can I give you a kiss?" And I don't know where that would come from. I mean, when I meet a woman for the first time, I shake her hand. Maybe if it's something important, maybe she'll give me a hug or something. If she initializes a kiss on the cheek or something, okay. I won't really, initialize something like that off the bat. Me, I definitely wouldn't grab her face. That to me is you're creepy. So I think a lot of this he might have something to explain. But do I think it's he should be fired for this? It should be, well, he's going to run again. Okay, he's not going to resign. He said he just stated before he's not going to resign. He's going to, he says a lot of this didn't happen. So it's he said, she said, and he should say I've just been, I'm comfortable around some people. Maybe I should have been as comfortable as I was. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to, resign, and that's it. I'm always for, hey, if you didn't do anything wrong, don't apologize. Don't even explain too much if you don't think you did anything wrong. So I'm gonna stick to that and say, if he doesn't think he did anything wrong, if he says he didn't do half these things these women are saying he did, then don't say shit. Just say I didn't do it. I'm not gonna resign. I didn't do it. Fine. Do I know you did it or not? No. Do I think you did it? I think he probably put his hand on her back. Yeah, he definitely put his hand on his girl's face. And the other stuff, kissed a woman. Probably should have did that in work. But again, how many relationships have started out that way? How many hookups have started out like that? How many marriages were started out by just somebody, making a move, that move? Again, I'm not somebody who should really talk, because most women who probably have accepted my advances, my moves, would say he definitely should have made a move on me earlier. He took way too long. Like, I was giving him hints. Like, if you would have made that move on me a half an hour, 2 hours earlier, I would have accepted it. But, he waited to like XX. How many dates do we wait? I would have, maybe, had sex with him the second date, but he waited till 4 dates. I was about to say, is this guy interested in me or not? So that's probably where I'm coming from. I'm not sure if Andrew Cuomo is the same way. He might be more of a player than me. I don't know. I don't know how some people, I don't, This used to be all behind closed doors. This stuff used to be how people hook up, and you know that's how relationships were formed. And I feel now we're becoming too, too in the know about people's personal lives, and too familiar with people's, you know, hooking up rituals. And I certainly don't want to hear about it. I mean, does that make a crime or something? Why are they doing this? They're trying to get him out of office? I mean, Bill de Blasio, who's the mayor of New York, who fucking is a fucking asshole anyway. He's doing. Remember last year? Not even last year. A few months ago, they were talking about how much Bill de Blasio was a dickhead and how Cuomo's great. All of a sudden, Bill de Blasio's jumping on Cuomo, and it seems like he might want a one-on-one for governor. But do these people have any loyalty to each other? Or do they just throw each other under the bus? Pretty. I'm telling you, politics is a pretty fucked up. I mean, someone said the mob and politics are not much different. I'm beginning to think that they're right. I think the mob is way tamer, and that's some pretty fucked up shit. So they're all throwing Cuomo under the bus, and I'm not even a fan of his, and I kind of feel a little sorry for him. I think he's just trying to find a girlfriend, find somebody to make a power couple with him. And again, if he didn't look like one of the cavemen from the Geico commercials, he might be able to pull it off. I don't know. That's all I gotta say about that. I mean, I'm sure I've already said enough that people will be like, cancel him, cancel JP Alexander, even though there's no one to cancel me from. It's almost like when someone says, someone could rob your house. I said, what are they gonna fucking rob? It's IKEA furniture I got. If someone walks in here, they'll be like, do I want to steal that entertainment center that he probably paid $40 for? I paid like $40 for that IKEA in 2008. No, 2009. So someone might say, I don't know if I want to risk going to jail. I mean, now it's just breaking and entering. But do I want to steal something? Do I want to risk going to jail carrying that fucking $40 a piece of balsa wood, out of this fucking house into a truck waiting in front of it? That they might have film on it. Somebody might take pictures of it. Do I really want to fucking risk going to jail for this 46-inch television that he bought in 2008? Do I want this fucking piece of IKEA shit right here? This couch that goes into a bed that is the most uncomfortable bed, like the spring. I mean, do I really want to risk going to jail and be ass fucked? Okay, to steal this shit, okay? And he's got a bar that weighs like 200 pounds. That's probably, and it's a fucking bar. Do I want to steal that? I mean, he has a table that he bought for $20. Am I gonna take up room in the truck? Maybe we should leave this house alone and save the room in the truck for somebody else's house. I mean, it's just like. So what's my point? What the hell? Oh, my point was somebody's not going to go through the heartache and the risk of robbing this shit out of my house, because it really isn't. They'll fucking walk in here and they'll be like, let's get that. We already got breaking in. We already broke the window to get in this house. Let's just get the hell out of here, and as slowly as we can, and not bring any more attention to ourselves over this shit. This fucking guy's doing worse than us. I mean, I'm stealing stuff to fucking, to try to better my life, and I have better furniture than this fucking guy. Jeez Louise, at least make it worth a while. Look at that television. What year is it, Anyway, so, I'm comparing that to how many people are going to be like, let's cancel JP Alexander and his two people who watched his fucking the video. He's got 6 people who's watched all his videos combined. You know, uh, let, let's cancel him so those 6 people don't ever have to fucking deal with his ass again. Most of them know me; they're gonna have to deal with me anyway. Most of them are just looking at this, laughing their asses off about how pathetic it is. I mean, really, does anybody really? We're gonna cancel JP Alexander. I mean, you wait till somebody gets big, then you cancel them. You wait until they work their fucking asses off. You wait until they slave and fucking and they get their head to the grindstone. They're fucking slaving and fucking lifting up the hill. You know, that guy who pushes the rock to the hill. We're gonna wait until he's been doing that for years. He's bombed in some nights. He's done stand up. He's played Pretoria, Illinois, and Wichita, fucking Kansas. He's played these shitholes. He's done his time, and at the end of it, so someone offers him his own show, and then after 2 weeks, everybody comes forward and says, "He touched me. He said this," and then he's canceled. Until he's canceled, it waits until he has a Netflix special. They're about to drop the Netflix special, and someone comes up and says, "He touched me back in 1984 at a fucking, I was at a fucking quiet riot show, and his hand touched my breasts." Let's cancel him. He just said that fucking a biological man who just says, "I'm a woman," and he's taking some estrogen shots, just beat me in a 100-yard dash by 20 fucking yards. I said, that's not fair. That person's a biological man. Let's cancel that. Let's cancel him because he just stated what sounds pretty fucking obvious to me. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, these biological men have the right to own every women's track and field, every women's sports record and competition is going to be owned by a biological man. I guess that's, just the way it's going to have to be, just so we don't offend anybody. Anyway, I don't think anybody's going to try to cancel me because I got fucking nobody. Who are you going to cancel me from? So it's the same thing. Why am I going to risk getting John in jail over John's bar stools from fucking the fucking the bar stools from the 1800s at the fucking bar in, Anyway, I don't even know what the hell. I just had a brain fart. I couldn't even say where the Old West was. What's the Old West? Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. Anyway, that's really all I got to say about Andrew Cuomo. How do we get from Andrew Cuomo to Oklahoma and my bar stools? That's, you can always, you never know where this is going to go. You never know where these videos, JP Alexander and Rabid Unleashed videos are going to go. You never know. And isn't that really kind of the excitement of these? Please, my 1 or 2 fans, not fans, people who can actually stomach watching my videos for a few minutes, can you tell your friends to watch these? Because, hey, you never know where it's going to go. Anyway, with that said, this is JP Alexander for Rabid Unleashed. And until the next time, ciao.